so it's a bit wild. Hello, welcome back. If this is your first time here, my name's Philippa and this is my channel where I talk about all things knitting, yarn, all that kind of good stuff. Oh, and my border terrier, Kip, who will no doubt be appearing. There's been a lot of new people here in the last couple of weeks after my, thanks to quite a lot of lovely mentions and shares on here and on Instagram, but also I think a lot of people found me through my charity shop yarn haul video. So that's been really nice and also good incentive to get things done with the yarn. So yes, I thought I would take you along for a few days. Kip is looking at me from behind the camera. I thought I'd take you along with me for a couple of days for a bit of a knitting vlog. I'm not sure what that's gonna look like. Before it starts, I want to say, you know, obviously everyone's lives completely different schedules, responsibilities. I am very fortunate to have my own business and work from home, work for myself. So I'm very lucky to be able to get a little bit of knitting in here and there throughout the day often. So yeah, that's my personal circumstance. Obviously, people knit fast, slow, multiple projects, one project. No comparisons here, just all the lovely knitting. Today is Monday the 17th of August 2026, and after seemingly months and months of no rain, we have some rain. It is a lovely 17 degrees here today in Yorkshire, which feels delightful and a little chilly. Who'd have thought that we'd think that was chilly? But it does also mean that starting some new projects feels a bit more, it feels right as the autumn months come towards us. So if you saw my last couple of podcasts, or you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen that my Lunan tee is finished. Finally, she is ends woven in. She hasn't been blocked. This is the Lunan tee 4-ply round neck by Clow, the Crayon Bear, which I have knitted in Yarnsmith's Merino Sock Strong Blue. So see, ends woven in. She needs a block. I'm going to do that today. You're giving me incentive. So yeah, let's go do that. That took longer than I hoped, but she's blocking. Right, Lunan tee is blocking. So pleased. Hopefully be ready to wear for my next podcast. So that'll be very exciting. But that also means it's time to cast on something new. Well, if you found me through, or you've seen my last video about the charity shop haul, you will know I have a few options for some sweaters, jumpers, things for the autumn winter months. I have, however, had this, what I'm going to show you now. Well, I think I bought the pattern a year ago because I was originally going to make it with the yarn I ended up using for the Moby slipover. But this is the Kip sweater by Rebecca Clow, the Crayon Bear, who designed the Lunan tee. I have swatched. I treated myself to swatching for it before once I'd finished the body on the Lunan. But I told myself I wasn't allowed to cast on for the proper thing until that was done and finished and blocked and everything. So I can show you the swatch here. It is a drop shoulder sweater in this gorgeous slip stitch pattern. I had no idea how to count slip stitches and things, so we've gone with it, but I think we've got there. So I think it was Lizzie from Hive Knits who I heard about this tip from, which feels like it should be really obvious, but I hadn't thought about it before. It was, oh, so tangled, leaving it attached to the ball for the swatch if you're doing a flat swatch, so you can then just undo the swatch and not waste the yarn or have loads of extra ends. So I believe this is a DK weight yarn. I am using West Yorkshire Spinners Fleece Blue Luster DK in the shade Umber, which is 1037. This is beautiful rusty brown colour. I believe the pattern is for a sport weight. It's DK, so I went down half a needle size, which I normally do anyway. With Rebecca's patterns, they seem to be about the same as hers, but this I have met gauge on a 4.5mm. Obviously, my dog was called Kip. The Kip sweater, I couldn't not. Perfect colour for him. So I have this all ready to go. I wanted to see what you all do. Kip, what are you doing? What are you sniffing? I always used to keep the patterns on my iPad, mark them off as I went on there. But the last couple of patterns, I have printed them out. I just felt like it just seemed like a waste of paper when I could be, well, it seems like a waste of paper to print them when I can just have it on my iPad. But then also, I just want to not have another screen there when I'm doing my knitting, especially in the evening. You know, it's just tempting to get distracted, isn't it? I think it's like 11 sheet pages. So I think maybe I will print it. It just feels a bit less distracting somehow. But yeah, apart from printing that or deciding what to do, oh, it's all tangled. It is ready to cast on. So that one's definitely going to be cast on. I'm trying to decide between the sizes. I think I don't want it to be too oversized because I wear it under dungarees a lot, things like that. So I might do, I'm deciding between size 1 and 2. I think both of them start off the same, maybe. So maybe I can do a start and see how it goes. But yeah, so that is the Kip sweater in the West Yorkshire Spinners Blue Face Leicester in the most Kip appropriate bag ever. If you know anything about Kip, you will know that he loves carrots. So what could be better than a Kip sweater in a carrot project bag? It's glorious. Speak of the devil, what are you doing? You say hi? The next project that I would maybe like to swatch for, again, if you watched my previous video, you will know that one of the yarns that I had found in the charity shop haul was the CaMaRose Snefnug, which was a great find. It has been, excuse the rustling, it's been in the freezer for a couple of weeks because, you know, charity shop, you don't know if it's been sat, scared of moths a bit. So yeah, it's been in isolation. So yeah, this is the colour I have. It is the burnt orange. I think I have 7 7 balls of this one, and then there's 1 ball in another colour. I think I am going to swatch for I think it's the Amiata 2.0 sweater by the Knit Pearl Girl, lovely Sophie. I have never knitted with anything that would require the needle size this does. So this requires the pattern, the gauge swatch suggests a 7mm needle. I do not own a 7mm needle. I have a CaMaRose interchangeable set, but I only got the small, which goes up to a 5mm, I believe. So just because I have never had any need for the larger ones before. Rob, my husband, recently knitted something on a 6.5mm, which obviously isn't the CaMaRose I'd be using, but there's some metal ones he just picked up in a shop near us. So I think I might borrow those. So Sophie suggests a 7. I often end up going down a needle size, and I've knitted some of Sophie's patterns before, which I have done that. So I think I may start with the 6.5 just to get an idea. Then I will know if I need to, which tips I need to order. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see how this goes. Be really lovely and cozy for the autumn. If I haven't already, I'll put a picture of what the sweater looks like. The kip sweater is all over slip stitch pattern, so I'll need to concentrate quite a bit, at least to begin with. So I really want something a bit more straightforward. So this one would be a vanilla stockinette in the round kind of vibe. So yeah, I feel like that will be a good balance. And also, say this being on the bigger needles, the kip would be on the 4.5mm for me. Nice to have a little bit of a change. No doubt I will have a pair of socks on the go because I always do. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And thankfully these are balls, so I don't need to, I don't need to skein them up. Not skein them up, cake them up. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So some swatching and some casting on to do. All of the autumnal colours. It's a vibe. This is, Rob made this. This is a Tunisian crochet blanket. I have no idea what Tunisian crochet is, but Rob's very good at it. So yeah, that's where we're at. So if you fancy, come along for a few days while I get started on all of that. I think it's time for a cup of tea first. I have printed the pattern for the kip sweater, got my bag. I am going to rip out the swatch and get it casted on. I am watching Rachel, this Knitty live, her first holiday vlog. Finally gonna cast it on. Wish me luck. Good evening. It's still Monday. It's all gone very, very wrong. Go on then. I cast on the kip sweater. The first 2 rows going great. That's where the greatness ended. I'm so confused. So confused. Rob is confused. Rob has a PhD in mathematics and can knit and crochet, and Rob is confused. Kip is not happy about the situation. I feel like Rachel with her, is it the Amadeus tea sweater, where she had to have Naomi, who is the Apocalyptic knitter, help her write out a chart for the sleeve increases I think it was. I count myself as a proficient knitter. I don't even know if it's not the knitting, it's the pattern. It's very confusing. I don't know if anyone has knitted the kip sweater. I feel like there could be more details. Looking at Ravelry and other comments, I don't think I'm alone in thinking that. Rob has very kindly helped, and I think I've got another way to try it. Sorry, I keep looking at myself, not the camera. Yeah, not going great. I've done this much so far, which is probably my 6th attempt. So I think, yeah, if anyone has any experience with the kip sweater, please do let me know. But I think I will, exactly kip, exactly. I think I will put it away for tonight because I'm just getting myself stressed out, and have a look at it in the morning. I'm gonna have some tea and then maybe maybe do my gauge swatch with the Snefnug. I think some stockinette. Stockinette may be the way forward. Although I also thought Rob had a 6.5 inch, not inch. I thought Rob had a 6.5mm needle, but he only has a 6. So I'm going to try that and see, because I can at least work out where I'm at. But yeah, I hope you're having a more successful knitting day. I should have stuck with socks, shouldn't I? I think I'm putting more pressure on myself because I bought specific yarn, and obviously kip sweater. But anyway, I will talk to you tomorrow. Speak to you tomorrow. And exciting news, it's cool enough for a blanket. A thin one, but a blanket. So yeah, got my Snefnug, got my 6mm needles, got Sam Rayner's new vlog. I'm gonna swatch. Good morning. It is another day. It is Tuesday. We have slept on the situation. I'm going to start off with positives, because it was all feeling a bit stressful last night. And this isn't meant to be stressful, is it? This is our hobby. It's what we do to relax. So I'm going to start with my Snefnug gauge swatch. I was incorrect yesterday when I said the gauge swatch for the Amiata 2.0 sweater was on 7mm needles. It's actually 8mm needles. I only have a 6 that was the biggest, but the fact that I believe for the pattern it's a bulky weight, but I believe Sophie for the sample held a bulky and a loose weight. I only have the CaMaRose Snefnug, so between that and the fact that I'm quite a loose knitter, I thought I'm going to give the 6mm a go. Ooh. So here is my swatch. As yet unblocked, but it's, oh my gosh, it's the softest thing I've ever felt. I really like the fabric it's made on the 6mm as well, because I feel like if I wasn't holding it with something else and I went up to the 7 or 8, it would be too loose at a gauge. So this isn't blocked yet. I believe I was about 15 stitches and 22 rows. And the recommended gauge is 13 stitches and 17 rows, which, considering I've gone down 2 needles sizes, or 2 full needle sizes, I think once blocking it could be okay. And Sophie does say in the pattern, obviously with a lot of patterns as well, the row gauge is less important. So I think I'm gonna give it a try. And the benefit of if I can get away with using the 6mm would be that I could just use these that were Rob's, and then I have I think you go like down a full needle size for the collar and cuffs and things. I would have those in my Chowgu set already, because I'd probably be on a 5. So that will be good if we don't have to spend out even more, especially as this was such a bargain for me. I can fully understand and appreciate why people love the CaMaRose Snefnug as much as they do. So yeah, gonna get this blocked this afternoon, I think, and then hopefully I'll be able to cast that on in the next few days. Right, shall we talk about the Kip sweater? Oh, it's so disappointing, but you know, at least it starts at the issues were very much at the beginning rather than when you've knitted half of the sweater and can't work something out. I was speaking to Emily of the lovely Emily Knits last night, who is was an excellent sample test knitter in general. And we were discussing the fact that sometimes you click with a certain way a pattern designer writes the patterns, and sometimes you just don't. Some just make your brain happy, others not. And I think that is how I am with dealing with the Kip sweater, which is a shame. But I have I know the West Yorkshire Spinners is a commercial yarn, but it's not cheap to buy a sweater's quantity, is it? So I made that purchase and I love the yarn, and I have no doubt that I would really love the end result if I push through with the Kip sweater, but I also don't think it's worth me stressing myself out and then ending up not enjoying the process and then probably just not really enjoying the end product. Does that make sense? So I didn't do any more on it last night. As I said last night, Rob, we think we may have worked something out, but at this point I just don't want to. Maybe I will go back to it with, as I say, it's the issues I was having were very much at the beginning of the project, so maybe I will use some other stash yarn that isn't as important to me, and give it another try. But there are so many other DK patterns out there that I can find something to use this for, and I just think I mean, I'm sure lots of people just look at the pattern and know, right, yep, but that just wasn't happening for me personally, and I would have had to have done so much work around what was in the pattern, what you were given, to be even close to being able to get it done, to progress. And at the moment I just haven't got the capacity to do that. So yeah, it's a shame, but I'm not saying I won't go back to it. It just won't be with this yarn at this time. So if anyone has any recommendations for a current favourite DK sweater knit. That would be great. There's so many, isn't there, which makes it harder in a way. It's lovely to have the choice, but oh, so many options. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's all growth, isn't it? It's all learning. Right, I wanted to end on something not quite as well, let's end on a positive. If you watched my podcast, my last podcast, you will have seen that I had been working on a sock design of mine. Currently done 2 samples. And also had an idea for maybe some sort of cowl, which I thought could maybe work well for scraps, maybe even an advent. I really love the pattern, so I was like, oh, each of these rows could be a different colour. So I wanted to maybe get started on an idea for that in this video, but I don't want it to be too long. But I thought I'd like chat about, I was thinking maybe a black, which would be where the coral is on this one, and then different colours for each of the colourwork patterns in there. What do you think? It could be quite fun, couldn't it? And God knows I have a lot of scraps. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe I will cast that on as something a bit fun to do, and then maybe I'll have a bit of something to show you in my next video, which will be a podcast in the next week or so. So yes, that'll be fun. I'm still really enjoying these. Hopefully it'll be cool enough to wear them soon. Longer socks. Yeah. I hope you've enjoyed. Apologies if it's been a bit of a roller coaster. Chaotic cast-ons, chaotic hair. That is the vibe. I also noticed that the sock I've been knitting on, which you will have seen clips of, also very autumnal colours. So it's been very, very autumnal vibes. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for coming along with me. As I say, I will, it's only covered a couple of days, but I don't want it to be too long. And just an excuse to come back for another video, isn't it? So thank you for joining me. Yep. Thank you for joining us. Big boy. And yeah, let me know what you're knitting on. Have you got any lovely sweater ideas that I can pinch? Yeah, we'll see you very soon for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.